Today on Inquirer. Around 80,000 government and media personnel whose applications for local absentee voting were approved by COMELEC started casting their votes today. Local absentee voters can vote only for national positions, and instead of automated election ballots, they will be asked to write down their choices. The local absentee voting will run from April 27 to April 29. Video footage of Vice President Leni Robredo's youngest daughter Jillian doing face-to-face campaign in Baguio City went viral on social media after an unknown individual shouted at her and her team for allegedly causing congested pathways in the market.
Bakit ko sila sa larang public market? Kapag mo ako suwit mo nga talaga niya, ayuhan ka lang dito! Amikurot ka na!
In a statement, Robredo People's Council chapter in Baguio City countered claims by some netizens and bloggers that the heckling incident was born from the insistence of Jillian to campaign and talk to voters, stressing that a longer video showed that the attack was unprovoked. RPC Baguio said that the actions of individuals do not reflect the entirety of Baguio City and the Igorot people. In a tweet, Jillian said that house-to-house campaigns and palenque runs will continue. Vaccine Czar Secretary Carlito Galvez Jr. warned that the Philippines could see a rise in COVID-19 cases between the next 2 weeks to a month, just as South Africa is also seeing a rise in its COVID-19 cases at present. Galvez cited a graph showing that when Omicron cases started to rise in South Africa last November 2021, the Philippines saw its own infection rate spike by late December to January, or around a month after South Africa. Galvez said such trends could be repeated.
Based on this graph, the new South African variants are now making an uptick, and it's a matter of time that the Philippines will follow maybe 2 weeks or a month from now, as predicted by experts. Kasi nakita po natin sa Europe din po, sa Germany, sa Denmark, at nakikita po natin na ito, sir, kung makita natin ito talaga sir, perpendicular halos. Ito po yung tinatawag nating mga exponential po, Mr. President, na medyo mahirap po nga maganda tayo.
Meanwhile, Interior Secretary Eduardo Año has called for the stricter implementation of COVID-19 protocols following the sharp rise of violations across the country, including mass gathering offenses that went up by 5,469%. Free rides on the MRT3 have been extended until May 30, 2022. Commuters can avail of the free rides from 4:40 a.m. to 10:10 p.m. MRT3 Director for Operations Michael Kapati said the free ride service was extended to continue helping the commuters ease their financial burden amid inflation and rising fuel prices. The Department of Transportation, or the DOTR, has unveiled the new design of the driver's license. From the old bluish motif, the new design is now with a pearlized white theme. The DOTR did not mention when the new driver's license will become available to the public. The agency, however, assured that the security features of the driver's licenses will remain. A psychologist hired by lawyers for actor Johnny Depp testified at his defamation case against former wife Amber Heard that she suffers from twin personality disorders.
With borderline personality disorder, you're having these fluctuating moods constantly, and again, this hypersensitivity to being slighted or feeling offended, really driven by the fear that if you're offended or slighted, they can react violently, they can react aggressively, they will often physically prevent their partner from trying to leave if their partner wants to get space from all of this intense emotion, and oftentimes they will be abusive to their partners in these situations. Sometimes they'll physically restrain them from leaving and become injured that way.
Depp filed a defamation suit against Heard over a column she wrote in 2018, in which she described herself as a, quote, public figure representing domestic abuse. Heard countersued, claiming she suffered rampant physical violence and abuse at Depp's hands. And that's the latest news today. For more stories, visit INQUIRER.net. I'm Neil Arwin Mercado.